Miguel Santabanez. All right, so today is your plea deadline date. So are you requesting jury trial?
Judge, we're asking the court to grant us one more plea deadline date. Miguel showed me some information today that I think if I can get to the prosecutor, may change the plea offer.
All right,
I'd
Ms.
like-
Ferguson, I need a 2-week reset for a plea deadline date. There will be no further extensions.
That should be fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, it will be February 4th. All right, thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. John Ruben Magallanes?
Present, Your Honor. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, today is plea deadline date. Are you all requesting a jury trial?
No, Your Honor, we have arrived at a plea offer, Judge.
Mhm.
My client is charged with a terroristic threat. The state is going to be TICing this cause number in lieu of a plea for the terroristic threats. He is set to appear in court on January 30th for that. If
Okay,
we could get just a short reset there for first week of February, to both ensure the state that my client is in fact going to be taking that plea, and to ensure that this court, that this matter will be removed from their docket.
okay, just one moment. Let me see something. Norma, place this on January 30th, but do a notation that he's allowed to appear in misdemeanor court first.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
That way you only have to appear once. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
I really appreciate that courtesy. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Have a great one. Tell your mom I said hi.
I will. I'm here on some more cases, Your Honor.
Okay,
You understand? All right. I will be here on the 30th, okay?
Have a seat and then I'll get your
Okay.
reset.
Erik Reyes?
Present, Your Honor. May I approach again, Your Honor?
Yes.
Your Honor, this is a plea.
Oh,
Under
okay,
in
thank
this
you. Oh,
document.
has he been sworn in?
He has not, Judge.
All right, so they'll swear you in and then we'll take it up here. Christopher Joshua.
Present, Judge. He's on Zoom.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'll come get you already.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thanks, Battle.
And so for some reason, our audio is not working on our end. It's working on their end. Today is the plea deadline date. Is he going to be requesting a jury trial?
No, Your Honor, he's been allowed to apply and has been accepted in the pretrial diversion program.
Okay.
He just hasn't paid his fees. I've instructed him that he needs to be in touch with pretrial services.
All right, how much time does he need?
He says that he'll pay it today as soon as we get off Zoom.
All right, so what I'm gonna do, Mr. Joshua, I'm gonna reset this for 30 days. But if you pay that today and then they present the court with a dismissal, I'll sign it. Do you understand? If you understand, just give me the thumbs up. All right, thank you. Norma, can I have a 30-day reset, please?
Thank you, Mr.
All right,
Johnson.
it'll be February 4th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, I told you. Thinking about something else.
All right. I'm sorry, it's gonna be February 18th. If you'll call him and let him know.
I will, Judge.
All right, thank you. And counsel on your client, he can appear by Zoom
Thank you, Judge. I
if
appreciate
needed.
it.
You're welcome.
Yes, Your Honor.
Michael, EU?
Judge, that's the matter I want to do a question.
Yes.
But he said on Tuesday's trial docket,
Mhm.
he informed me, I think last week, that he doesn't want a trial after all. And I explained to him the court's policy and everything.
Yes.
He's from Nigeria. He's an American citizen, but from Nigeria.
Okay.
And he just needed to talk to his family, and they talked to him over
Okay.
the holidays. So
All
I
right,
just
so
wanted to
we'll
let the
see
court-
you on the 21st.
Yeah, and I've informed the prosecutors also, Judge, so they don't
All right,
need to
thank
waste
you.
their time. Just wanted to let the court know. Thank you, Judge.
I appreciate it. Norma, on EU, we'll still keep the same date. Jason DeLeon. Who's the attorney for Jason DeLeon?
Probation hearing.
Oh, probation, come forward.
Hello, Judge.
Hello. Hi, how you doing?
Not too good.
Yeah.
I'm here. Thank you.
So in this case, the court said that he would be referred back to felony drug court, and if not accepted, then he's to go into inpatient.
The last court summary that I show, I didn't look at that part, Judge. The last court summary I show that was submitted was regarding compliance with field visits. He was transferred back from felony drug court September 4th, 2024.
All right, let me see what I have. Just one moment. Do you have the court summary?
Yes, Judge. I have the court summary and the supplemental report that was,
All right, because I don't have that. And I see that note
Okay.
was from 2021.
Yes.
So. All right, so I don't know why people, I'm reading the notes and it's saying that you'd like to do things and not be at home and you need to be home for field visits. So, I
That's
require-
not the case, no, ma'am.
all right, what's the case?
It's like I work and I'm there and supposedly somebody came to my house, rang the doorbell, said supposedly I'm walking around in my house.
Mhm.
I have no reason to even, I have no reason not to open the door for field people.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna do.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the last time
Mhm.
that we're gonna try with these field visits probation.
yes, Judge.
And if there's an issue with the field visits where they say you're not answering, they're
Yeah.
there, what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna come back here
Okay,
and I'm gonna do something different. You understand?
yes, ma'am.
And that something different is gonna end up being expensive for you because it's gonna result in a GPS because that's what they're requesting now. They're requesting that you be placed on GPS. And GPS is over 300 a month. So you have better be in contact with them and talk to them about the field visits. And the whole point of field visit is to make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because in my experience, from both sides of the aisle, is that people will say they're doing great, but then when I send people out for field visits, they're not doing great and they're violating the court's rules. And I always order field visits. So you're going to be on field visits until further notice. We're going to see how it goes. And if there are some issues, you're going to come back
Yes, ma'am.
and it's going to be expensive for you.
Oh,
You
yes.
understand?
They have my schedule. I gave my probation the schedule what I work. I work 10-hour shifts and I'm gone like 14 hours out the day.
All right.
Starting from 6:30 in the morning till.
Well, I
leave.
received notation where they say that they are aware of your off days.
Yes, ma'am.
So if they are planning to visit you on your off days, you need to make sure you are there. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, is there anything else?
No, Judge, that'll be it.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And what does your t-shirt say?
That's Continental, the company I work for.
All right, guys, I thought that was saying Corona. We shouldn't have that with
No,
your
ma'am.
charge.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I thought I was gonna make it back to work.
Oh, no. How's work going?
It's going good, ma'am.
All right, well,
Yes.
good luck. And if
Right.
there's an issue with you being here for work, you can let me know and we'll call them and make sure that there's no issue.
No, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, you're
All right.
welcome. Erik Reyes? All right, court is calling 2024 CR 009-122. State versus Erik Reyes. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense,
John St. Heinrichs, Mr. Reyes.
are you Mr. Reyes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everyone, we're on the docket. To my right, we're on the docket. Counsel, have you received all discovery?
I have, Your Honor.
And did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Reyes, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
And probation, this is an application. Mr. Reyes, did you review the admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
You're charged with driving while intoxicated, third or more. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, off the record. This plea paperwork is off. There is no judge's signature or anything on this. All right. Counsel, has your client, no. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Reyes, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And did you review that with your attorney?
I did, Your Honor.
And counsel, what is your plea bargain agreement? Oh, just 1 second.
Sorry,
No.
I'm gonna check it out right now.
All right, no problem.
How long? We bring a whole bunch of beef jerky.
Adding this into here.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I understand.
And Judge,
Yes,
may I unstaple this? and
Yes.
Enter this. Okay.
Better bring some Jolly Ranchers, beef jerky, and jerky, some dip. Patty wipes. Viewer. 15 months in Afghanistan.
Good.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Just let you know. That's the page that was entered.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, sir.
There we go, Judge.
all right, thank you.
Mr. Edelman corrected it.
All right, according to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison, and the state is recommending community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea?
It is, Judge.
State is at the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
I did, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Pardon, Judge?
Have there been any such
No,
motions?
Judge, there haven't.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be 10 days in the Bear County Jail, 120 hours of community service restitution, and ignition interlock for half the term. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence? Any objection?
No objections, Judge.
State, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
I did, Your Honor.
Oh, you know what ended up happening? That waiver was somehow attached to these steps. Okay. Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. We are asking that the statutory 10-day Bear County jail time, that my client be allowed to schedule that with probation. Thank you.
All right.
Correct, Judge. Thank you.
So are you employed?
I am, Your Honor.
And what do you do?
I'm an electrical contractor.
All right. So with regards to the 10 days in the Bear County Jail, I can either sentence you to 10 days in the Bear County Jail. You begin your service of that today, or either I can set you for a GPS for 20 days. With that GPS, you will have partial GPS, and that will be for employment only. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So with regards to that, will you be able to pay for that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So And the reason, for the record, the court is doing that because there's overcrowding at the jail. There are health issues at the jail. And also the defendant is employed and the court wants to make sure that he keeps his employment.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, so there'll be partial GPS for 20 days. And I'm sorry, probation, how long do you need for that?
5 days.
All right, that's to be installed within 5 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
There is to be ignition interlock for half the term. DWI education. VIP live. 120 hours of community service restitution. Do you have any children?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right, with regards to the 120 hours of community service restitution, he will have to do that, or either you can buy out of those hours, and you can buy out of those hours at $7.25 per hour.
Yes, Your Honor.
Probation, is there anything else he needs?
Judge, I'm sorry, did you order a task?
Oh, I'm so sorry. TAP evaluation, follow recommendations. If the TAP recommends inpatient treatment, we'll take that up later. And then there's to be 90 sober meetings in 90 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything else, probation? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
I did, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. I'm going to tell you what I tell everybody who comes in here with DWIs. Nobody ever expects to go out, have fun with friends, and then pick up a DWI. Everybody, when you're drinking, you always think you're sober, and sometimes you're not. And nobody ever intends to kill somebody, right? When you're driving intoxicated, you can easily kill somebody. And then guess what? This becomes something where you're crying, your family members are crying, and you're looking at major prison time. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So based upon your history, you're one of those people who cannot drink at all. And when you're on this probation, you can't drink at your house. You can't drink at, a barbecue or anything of that nature. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
No drinking whatsoever. And if you're around people where you're trying to better yourself and they're like, it's just one drink, guess what? That person is not your friend and you need to cut them off, because sometimes you need to change people, places, and things.
Correct.
All right? In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you feel you need anything, let probation officer know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can come back here. Now, I'm ordering sober support meetings 90 and 90 days. If you feel you need more than that, that's not going to stop you from getting off of probation early, because the key to this probation is for you to discover within yourself what you need in order to be clean and sober. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Judge, how long was the term of probation? I missed that.
4.
4 before. Okay.
Yes. Who's here on Daniel Martinez? Good morning.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you? Oh,
Great. How's it going?
good, thank you.
Happy New Year.
Yes, I haven't seen you.
Happy Festivus.
Happy festival, for sure.
All right. So on this case,
Judge.
the plea wasn't taken. I wanted to make the
Right.
evaluation and a tap.
Yes, and it looks like they're doing one last evaluation, the Tacoma which is set for February 18th.
Okay.
So I talked to the prosecution. They said that they would prefer to wait for that.
Okay.
I
And
mean,
that may change their stance.
what the recommendation might be exactly. It's a recommendation of probation,
Yeah.
but there's an MTR companion with the new case, unfortunately. So yeah.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can you set this after February 18th for a plea, please? And it's Daniel Martinez.
Yes,
How are you doing, sir?
I'm Miss Boyd and yourself.
Oh, good. I can't, well, we could always complain, but to me, you got to live in the moment.
Okay. May I say something?
Sure.
I would like to congratulate you on being the first lady judge out of the courtroom 187.
Oh, thank you. You know what? I always tease everybody. I said, I want a mural put up where it shows my entire life as it flashes before it can show my mom pregnant with me.
Oh,
That's a neat idea.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I just would prefer for my mom and my grandmother's portrait to be up because it's because of them.
and I'm a great artist.
Oh.
He's a tremendous artist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you know what the skills, but I'd like to congratulate you on being the first,
Thank you so much. I
lady
appreciate
out
that.
of 187. I noticed that and I was like, wow, what an accomplishment.
Oh, thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
What date, Miss Ferguson? All right, we'll come back on February 25th. By then, we should have everything done.
Okay, thank you so
Great,
much.
thank
Thank you,
Have a
Ms.
good
Boyd.
day. Thank you.
God bless you.
Oh, thank you. God bless you too. Christie Brown. Good morning.
Thank you, sir.
All right, where are we on this case?
We had filed a motion to suppress, and I visited with the state. And they were requesting, or they were asking if I was okay with resetting this so they can take an opportunity to look at the specific videos that I was referring to in my motion. I have given the state a short list of those videos and specifically the times.
All right, Norma, set this for a motion to suppress in 10 days. All right, your motion to suppress will be held on February 3rd. All right, thank you. Thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
Oh, disregard. I'm sorry, I was set for a jury trial in Liberty County, but that's been dropped, so.
All
we're
right,
good.
thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. Jason DeLeon. Oh, that's completed.
Oh,
They wanted to bring it back.
Oh, we have an issue?
So Judge, in speaking with Mr. De Leon, he wanted to inform me that, on his days off, he also picks up additional shifts.
Okay.
So I explained to him, like, I understand that you have a schedule, but we also have a requirement. I asked him why he didn't advise you that he's not available on his days off. He said he didn't know.
All right,
And-
so it will be GPS then.
Okay.
The schedule that I go off of.
Okay, no problem. So what I'll do is I'm gonna place you on GPS and it'll be GPS tracking for 60 days and we'll see where we are. Okay,
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Maria Morales? No problem. Don't hurt yourself. You can stay there. Yes, no, you can stay there. No, I don't take it as disrespect. I see that you have issues, you have an injury, so don't worry, you can have a seat. I don't take it as a disrespect. You're welcome. I know how it is when you have a leg injury and other things. All right, so where are we on discovery?
Yes, all discovery, I believe, has been turned over to defense.
Yes, Your Honor, actually,
Just give me 1 second.
oh, I apologize, thank you.
I'm sorry about
No,
that.
no, that's quite all right, Your Honor. No, no, I
Say,
understand.
so all of the discovery has been received?
Actually, Your Honor, I haven't, actually, Your Honor, I'm retained and, I was talking with the court coordinator, she said they probably still have the court appointed attorney on there, that's why I didn't receive anything. And actually, Your Honor, this is the first time I'm appearing and, actually, my client says it's the first time she's appearing too.
It is.
But,
Norma, we'll reset this for discovery for 30 days.
okay, thank you
right.
so much,
You're
Your Honor.
welcome.
Appreciate you, thank
Sure,
you.
no problem. What date?
Okay,
All right.
February 18th.
Yes,
okay.
so once she signs the reset form, she's excused.
Okay, Your Honor, and, and Your Honor, she did come in a little late, is that okay?
No, but just make sure, I understand
time.
she has the issue, but just
Yes,
make
sir.
sure she's on
I'll look
time
at-
next time.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she told me she'll leave much earlier, okay. Yeah, she's,
No, I understand.
no, thank you, Your Honor,
All right,
appreciate
thank
you, thank
And
you.
when it's cold in the morning, you stick the big toe out from underneath the covers, you're just like, no.
It's gonna be bad next week, right?
Oh,
They said,
yes.
oh my lord, yes. It's always for the rodeo, you notice? It
Yes.
always happens. Anyway, thank you.
So you're welcome. David McNew? Who's the attorney for David McNew? All right, counsel, today is the plea deadline date.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get an offer till today, Judge.
All right,
And I believe it's our second setting.
because it was supposed to be off docket, but all right.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm sorry, Judge.
Norma, recall this for 20 days for a plea deadline date, please.
And I've been conferring with Mr. Edelman. We're actively discussing it. An offer was made today.
Okay.
I've conveyed it to my client. So I
Okay.
had time to think about it.
All right, what date? All right, we'll be back on February 6th. Thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. And what page is he on, Norma? No.
Page 4.
All right, thank you.
And that's gonna be a plus for plea deadline?
Yes, and that's the final plea deadline date.
And after he signs judgment, we'd be excused.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Oh, and I need to schedule time to come with probably with Mr. Garahan and talk with the court about an interesting insanity issue we have.
Sure.
Longstanding guy, was the very first guy you ever appointed to me back in 2020. He's still lingering. We need to deal with it.
Okay, all right, let's do that.
Thank
All
you.
right, Zachary Dykey,
We're ready.
and you're proceeding with the plea as presented?
Yes.
All right, the court is calling 2023 CR 5173, State of Texas versus Zachary Dykey. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Lorraine Efren for Mr. Dykey.
And are you Mr. Dykey?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we had reset this because the court had some concerns about the offer and whether or not this offer was in the interest of justice or at the best offer to protect the community and also get Mr. Dykey the help that he needs. Defense, did you have an ample opportunity to discuss these issues with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you asking to proceed with the plea bargain agreement as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Dykey, are you asking the court to follow the plea bargain agreement as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then the court will, as previously stated, the court will find you guilty of count 1 and count 2. Count 1 and 2 is to run concurrently. The court will sentence you to 8 years in the prison and count 1 and count 2. You get credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And counsel also adds the therapeutic community.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you. Make better choices.
And
Daniel Montoya. Where are we on discovery? This is what we're here for?
Yeah, Your Honor, I think we're fine on discovery. I think there was an issue that pretrial services had sent the message to the court and about the GPS.
Yes.
And that was, I think, could just also be heard today.
All right.
The issue is that my client has made bond, but the person that he desires to live with is his grandmother, but the CW lives a couple doors down. It's a sister, and then we have and it's within 1,000 feet.
Hmm.
So, and the jail, they do a really good job of trying to find a place for him, but they couldn't find a place with him at the Haven. And I think that may be more reflective of the charge. So he is stuck in jail. He can't get out. We don't have a problem with the GPS. It's just, my client wanted me to ask you, could he live with his grandmother? And if he has to stay inside, then he would just have to stay inside.
All right,
and
so
couldn't go
here's my
out.
issue with allowing him to live with his grandmother. My issue is that, just one moment. My issue is that the tattoos that he have certain connotations to them. And then the complainant in the case is a relative who's down the street from his grandmother. So I'm not going to allow that.
So, what happens in this situation? I mean, is there a place where he can go live? Because he's being held because he can't live at his grandmother's house that is within 1,000 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I understand my client, I had these tattoos, but he's not gang affiliated. He's just mentally ill, Your Honor.
All right, so you all will have to bring me information on that because that's mental illness and all of that. I do not have that.
He was identified as a person with mental health issues and has been was seen by the Mac Hasler Mental Health Initiative along with the jail to assist him. So I guess I will have to get some information for the court.
Yes, and then I'll consider it. But for now, the answer for the court is going to be no, based upon, and I don't know anything about your case. I'm not taking any of it as true, but the complainant is listed as a relative. Then they want you to perhaps live with a relative, and that relative is
It's his grandmother and Josie Esparza, excuse me, and she is here. And I did, if I could just proffer what she said, she does want him home. She is paying for the bond. He helps, she lives alone, so he is part of her support system. But grandma is here. She's in the gray and beige sweater, sitting in the gallery.
all right. So we'll reset this. And we'll, if you all will pick a date with Ms. Ferguson for you to have that information to me, and then I'll make a decision on it at that time.
Okay, Your Honor, can we have a short reset? Just,
Oh, just confer with Ms. Ferguson on the
okay.
date. And just let me know what date you you've chosen, and then we'll do that.
okay, thank you.
And this will be the last case we're taking up. Then we're going on recess. Aaron Ramirez? Yeah.
Waiting on the state. It's
Okay.
right there.
Oh, someone will come up when I call it. Court is calling 2024 CR 010525, State versus Aaron Xavier Ramirez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Nicole Thornborough to the state.
Defense.
Ramirez.
And are you Mr. Ramirez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all discovery?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ramirez, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision
Yes, Your Honor.
or Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Sure.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor, we do waive the reading of the indictment.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Proceeding only on paragraph A, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objections, Judge.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand in paragraph A, you're charged with unlawful use of wire or oral electronic device to communicate as a second-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, just one moment. Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into this plea? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, The court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramirez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on paragraph A. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. There's a $3,000 fine. The state is silent on your application. They're taking in consideration 2024 CR 010521, CM numbers 119820 and 119819. There's to be no contact with the complainants, and state reserves the right to request additional terms if community supervision is granted. That's very vague.
Yeah, I mean, if it depends on, as long as
Thank
the
you.
additional terms are reasonable, Judge.
That's a very vague term.
Yeah,
All right, so let me explain something to you. The state can request additional terms of community supervision, but I'm the one who sets the terms of community supervision. So really, the only thing that you're in agreement with them as far as conditions of probation is that if I were to grant your application for probation, they're allowed to request different conditions.
Mm.
I don't have to follow the conditions that they're requesting.
Mm.
So the only thing that technically is your agreement is that they can ask for other things with conditions of probation. They can't come back and say, we're changing the cap of 8 to something else. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
it is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have not, Judge.
Then to paragraph A, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State Officer States Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objections, Judge.
Did you review the stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. We can go off the record. So here's my question. I can set this for a PSI. If I set it for a PSI, it'll probably be 8 weeks out. Or if y'all want, I really don't need a PSI, but I will give you all both a chance to have witnesses present so we could give it a quicker date. And you all just have your witnesses present and state if there's any prior criminal history, if you'll submit that to the court.
We would request a PSI.
All right.
I think that would be beneficial, Judge.
All right, Norma, if I can have a PSI, is there any mental health issues or no?
Your Honor, my client is currently he's currently in therapy and seeing a psychiatrist, Judge.
All right, and MIC evaluation. So what date?
Thank you for that,
You're
Your
welcome,
Honor.
sure.
March 13th.
March when?
The 13th.
All right, we'll be back on March 13th.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
for your time.
you're welcome. And Norma, what date did you give Montoya? All right, so everyone, we are recessing for today.